welcome to Hype Night.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
We're so happy you're here.
Yes.
We're here.
We're here. We are here.
We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. I feel like, we're here today. We both have mascara on.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today we both wear mascara.
So there's that.
So there is
That's
that.
happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's all happening.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
If you've been here before, thank you for your continued watching of this show. And if you're new, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, because Hype Night is pretty great. We bring on amazing women.
Yeah.
And we just give them compliments and hype them because there are so many amazing, wonderful women to hype that, we just got to get this done.
We got to get it done. It's our
That's
duty
it.
in life,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the list just gets longer and longer.
It does. Like, every day, I'm like, oh, you know who else we should have on Hype Night? We both have these moments where we're like, we should invite that person, we should invite that person.
Yeah. We just have a shared doc now where it's like just a huge list of women.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's the best. I'm Mel, by the way.
I'm Dale, by the way.
Hey. The way we start the show is we like to give you a little, primer, a little example of what Hype Night's all about.
Yeah. And yeah.
So we just compliment one another.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go first.
Oh, okay, great. That's nice.
Listen, I got a lot going on. In my life. I got a lot going on. So sometimes, I'm trying to do too many things at a time. Trying to do things on my phone. Not perfect. I make mistakes. Did posts. They were wrong. Melissa was like, "Word, your post was wrong, but you were really, really nice about it."
You know what? It was hilarious.
I would expect you to be nice about it, but the truth was you were really nice about it, and also were like, hey, just in case this isn't, and it was like, no, I really screwed up. What's
funny is the post came up and I was in a meeting and I saw it pop up on my Facebook because I'm addicted to Facebook, and I was like, oh, Hype Night. Oh, it says that Hype Night's happening tonight.
Yeah.
Today's and I had a panic attack. I was like, it's Tuesday. Isn't it Tuesday? Is it not Tuesday? What day is it? Because I'm busy and have 18 things happening. And then I was like, this is weird because it was very out of character. Because Dale actually you're so on top of things.
Yeah, not this week.
But whatever, and so I messaged her to be like, I changed it. It took no time at all. Don't sweat it. I just was worried that, we got hacked or something because it was very strange.
I love that idea, though. Just let's hack them and change the date.
I was like, stranger things have happened. Hype Nights get pretty popular show, thanks to you. Everybody's watching.
True.
And I was like, maybe somebody was like, you know what we'll do? Let's mess up that Hype Night.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh no, we have to do it on a Tuesday night.
No!
Oh!
Anyway.
So, wonderful hype of dealing with a mistake. So thank you.
My pleasure. It was quite entertaining to email back and forth about it. Okay, so my hype for you. So we have a sponsor on the show, Woodman Wines and Spirits.
This is true.
They're awesome.
They are great.
And Dale is so on top of it. And this last of this chunk of 4 guests that we have, there was a holiday right before we started up again, and I really dropped the ball. And she was like, "Oh, hey!" So and also super lovely, and hey, so I just want to set up the drinks, and can you get on? Just let me know. And it was really gentle and lovely. And she's always picking up the stuff we're gonna drink, communicating with Trevor, who's our lovely friend who works at Woodman Wines and Spirits and hooks us up. And so just thank you for being on top of that and for taking charge of that.
No problem.
It's fantastic.
There are worse things in the world than going and picking up booze.
Hey, but still, you got to take that hype. I gave you the hype.
Yeah, this is true. You're right. I'm taking it. You're right. I didn't follow the
Take that hype, Dale. Take that hype. Okay, but now don't feel bad about it.
No. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to go pick them up.
Well, he's delightful, they're delightful, you're delightful. It's kind of a great situation.
And we haven't had a bad product yet.
We have not.
Actually.
No. They're Woodman, you're really...
Yeah. And we're going to talk more about you in a minute.
In a minute.
When our guest comes out.
I think it might be... I think it's time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just making sure our music is lined up. Cause
our open source music.
Our open source music.
It's so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Open source music is a real treat.
I like that we consistently use the same music though for all our
it's sort of when we started the show, we didn't think that we were I was like, we'll switch it up, but now we've sort of we're attached to the music.
I'm just really attached to the opening music.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Let us know if you like our music,
Yeah,
everybody.
we'll tell you where you can find it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you use it too for the opening of your show.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Free
just
music.
get on it.
Just get on it. Okay, so why don't we
Let's do it.
bring on our guest?
Yeah.
Our guest tonight is a fabulous woman. I've known now for a few years. I've had the privilege of knowing for a few years. She is a fantastic journalist.
Yeah, film journalist.
Film journalist, and it's gonna be a real treat to hear about the kinds of movies she likes to see and talk about.
Yeah.
So why don't we bring her out?
Yes, let's do it.
So our guest tonight is Amy Seidman.
Come on in.
I switched it up a little
yeah.
bit. Right? It's a good jam.
I like this. Ooh.
Yeah. All the songs have good hooks. Like I'm addicted to a good hook.
Yeah, I'm addicted
Right?
to the ones that sound like Muppets.
Yeah.
I like the
I also like
gesture
them
cuts
up.
with it. It was almost like kitty hands a little bit, but not. Oh no, it's too kitty hands.
Amazing. Oh! They
That was
switched
so
it
fun.
up.
You know, yo, open source music
It's
for
like
life.
baseline.
All day long. Bow, bow, bow.
Oh, damn, that's a Muppet bass chime.
And that is
so
a total
good.
bass
That's
bass.
but
That's
that's
the
the
Muppet.
bass.
Yeah, that's it.
It kind of hurts. You're thinking really hard. I'm not wrong. Look, I can look
You're
over
not.
here.
You're
There's a
not.
leg, so I can see what I've done.
And approve and pat
Yeah.
yourself on the back.
Right there.
Well done. Well, good
Thank
air
you.
bass.
Thanks.
There
Fantastic
should be
air
like
bass.
air bass competitions.
Well, there's air guitar.
I
Yeah.
know, but you should be like, cause
There's
bass
true.
is a whole other.
Yeah, because everyone does that like that.
Yeah.
People do
And
it.
there's the like the wrist thing where it's like,
Yeah.
like a
Or the three-necked guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
good too. Or a keytar contest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or a
Or
contest.
did you guys ever see like in Nitro, Jim Gillette used to have a two-handed guitar like that went this way, so it would go like that.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, it was mental.
Yeah.
We go see sidebar. This is a real tangent, but we're going with it.
Yeah.
We usually go see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra at
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
time because
Yeah.
Matt, behind the scenes, Matt. Hey Matt.
Hi.
He has a friend who is the violinist, like the fiddler.
Roddy
violinist.
Chung. I love Roddy Chung.
Roddy
Get
Chung.
out.
Total hype
He
to
is
Roddy Chung.
Total
So
hype
much
to Roddy
hype
Chung.
to Roddy
He's
Chung.
fucking dope.
Yeah, he's so dope.
Oh my
and,
god, I'm really
and
good
he-
friends with you.
Yeah, and he
Holy
plays
shit.
with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They come
Yeah.
to Toronto or Hamilton every year.
Yes.
And we usually go because it's a crazy show. Like,
It is.
fire and lasers and
They
like,
made Christmas so fucking cool.
They do. Oh
I
yeah.
don't know anything
You don't
about
know
Okay,
it.
Dale, we're gonna go this
Yo,
year.
you don't know.
We're gonna go.
You're
Yeah.
gonna lose your goddamn mind.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
a
gonna lose your
kids
mind.
show, but like
Yeah.
a little more open the presents in.
Yeah, it's like
You
a whole
know?
narrative. Like the beginning of the show is like a guy who's like, "This Christmas,
No.
the little girl was cold outside and she came into the church," and like it's like a story.
I'm
And
coming
then-
this year.
But
and
everyone's
then-
wearing leather.
And then the last part is just like, and they shred guitars. There's cherry pickers, like Roddy Chong's on a cherry picker, comes out in the audience, and he's like going crazy. It's amazing.
It's
I
insane.
can't believe you don't know about yo, your life is about to change.
It's about to change.
I want it to
Yes.
change.
Yes.
I want it
Amazing.
to
We
change.
should have an outing where we all go see Trans-Siberian.
Oh my god, I would
Yay.
love that.
Roddy Chong, we're gonna
I
go
think I
see
saw
you.
them at Skydome once. Was it called Skydome then? Mine
I
was called
still
Skydome,
call
yeah.
it Skydome,
I
so
know.
it's tricky.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
It's Sky Dome.
It will,
It's
yeah.
the Skydome.
Yes.
I think
Okay, I think it's time for a drink.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes, it's always
Okay.
time for
Yeah.
that.
So
This week we have.
we have
these-
a repeat.
Ooh.
Listen, this is our very first repeat. It's an exciting time for us to have a repeat.
I like
Welcome
to call
back.
It victory laps.
It's a victory lap for Siempre,
Siempre.
which we had when Melanie Taps was on with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Siempre is a delightful tequila. Neither Dale nor I are huge tequila drinkers,
Oh, really?
and yet we really love this Siempre.
Also, if you can't see, these glasses have like little beady bits.
Yeah, they're beads.
On the
These
outside.
these glasses were a gift to my mom and dad and their engagement in like 1970.
Come on.
Right, they're
So-
beautiful.
Really?
Thanks, Morello D'Agostino, for giving me your glasses.
Hype.
Hype to my mom.
I'm into
Morello
it.
To your
D'Agostino.
mom. Love it.
Right?
Oh, guys, I'm like so chill right now.
I'm so
I know,
chill.
right?
I chose the light blue. I thought that was. I was feeling light blue today.
That's good. I like it. I like they gave me the
It's
red.
like a Robin's Day because you're on fire.
I'm on fire. I'm
Okay,
usually
listen.
on fire.
This soldier's not dead. So we
Oh,
Okay,
come
so
back
he's
to
not
it.
dead. Still got
Um,
some life in him.
Siempre.
Siempre.
Word.
Shopping channel shop.
This is batch number 4808.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Oh, of 4896. Ooh, this
Oh,
was
God.
at the end. This
Wait,
was
does
the
that mean
end.
that it's not almost over?
No,
right?
no. I think it just means of this.
Don't worry,
Oh
Amy.
my God, you guys.
Of
Amy?
this batch.
Amy loves tequila in a way that I've never known a person to love tequila.
Yeah, it's true.
You just really love
Hype
it.
to tequila.
Hype
Let's
to
go with
tequila.
that.
I don't
Yeah.
love it.
Hype
but,
to siempre.
you know, siempre
Cheers.
is awesome.
Cheers,
Cheers
cheers
to
to hype,
you.
hype to you, Melissa. Hype to you, Dale.
Thank you.
Hype to you, Matt behind the scenes.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
All right. Oh yeah. See, it's nice.
So good.
It's so
Such a good,
smooth.
It's very, very
Guys,
nice.
Oh, it's like my lifeblood.
Oh my god, this is really good.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
really
love
nice.
it.
Thanks,
Give me.
thanks, Woodman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Woodman.
All right. So now that we're in a mellow good vibe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the best part of our day on this show. If you're new to the show, we like to start things off by talking about the best part of our day.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
I'll start.
No, it's great.
I'll start.
Okay.
I had a challenging day. That didn't feel very productive, but I would say the best part of my day
Mm-hmm.
was walking down the stairs of my house, and then finding my husband, and then having a good bitching and complaining session
Yeah,
about how unproductive I was feeling, yet I was doing so much.
But didn't you
Yeah.
just wake up?
When I had already had a whole bunch to do.
Oh.
I did a whole bunch. He was working downstairs. I came down and I was just like, this is brutal.
Yeah.
And but the truth was, it was probably the best part of my day because I felt like, you know, we had a nice chat, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's not as brutal as I thought.
Oh, that's
Well, that's
nice.
nice.
That's always a nice
Yeah.
thing.
Then I went back upstairs and just did life administration for hours.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
But it did like kind of give you the kick in the ass that you needed, right?
Yeah, I think I just needed someone to listen to me so I
Yeah.
could just be like, Ma! And then he was like, yeah, I know, but you know, at least you're like doing it. And I'm like, yeah.
So
That sounds like such a
That's
mishmash.
nice.
That sounds like mashed potatoes of the best part of the day.
No, it's good. I totally get it.
But
Yeah.
that's what
Mashed
it was.
potato. Mashed potatoes are a great part of any day.
Yeah,
They are.
actually, I love mashed potatoes.
Any kind of potato,
So-
but mashed
yeah,
is
potatoes,
especially
yeah.
delightful.
You don't have to chew it, and I hate chewing, so I think that's
Right,
what does it.
yeah.
I think chewing is really
Creamy,
fucking stupid, so
special.
this is
It
great.
takes a lot of effort.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go next. So my favorite part of the day today, I had a lot of.
Can I interrupt you?
Hey,
Because Siempre Tequila is watching us.
Oh, hi!
Siempre!
You guys are my favorite.
We
Cheers!
love you.
That's
Yay!
pretty special.
You guys are such dolls, and thank you for making beautiful things that make me far more interesting than I actually
There
am.
you go. It's
No kidding.
so thank you so much. That's never happened before.
That's never
Look at
happened.
all these things. There you
Listen,
go.
it's a
Siempre.
day first.
Siempre.
We love you,
we love it.
Siempre.
Thanks for joining us.
And now I've interrupted your train
Now,
of
we
thought.
gotta
No, it's
cheers
okay.
again to them, though.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Hype to you,
Hype to
Siempre.
siempre. Siempre. It's also such a sexy name.
It is. You have to say it lower than other stuff.
This is it's because the bottle's sexy too.
Siempre.
Like with this,
Can I have
it looks like a
I'm not
Always.
gonna sing.
Oh, yeah, do it. Okay.
Tell
You
me
refill.
about-
Okay, so I'll tell you about the best part of my day while you refill. So I had a lot of really nice parts of my day today. It was a pretty good day. But I'd say my favorite part is a thing that happens every Wednesday we do hype night. But today I like especially relished it. So Dale comes over a little bit earlier, like before the show, and usually like we eat pizza and we just chill.
This is true.
And we talk about our day. And it's usually like a bit of a vent about everything that's happened in our lives for the past week. And then like we gears us up for this wonderful celebration. And I really loved it. I had a lot of things to say, and I felt like we hadn't like chatted in a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was really lovely.
It was
so
nice.
that was my favorite part of my day today.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I made
Aw,
it!
that's so
Yay! Siempre's gonna come and bartend for us.
Oh my god,
Can I
amazing.
come back?
Yeah, You can totally.
Or I'll
do
just
that.
be, I can just be the person siempre serves too. I can be on the other end of the bar too.
Yeah,
I'll be whatever.
You and Melanie Tapson.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
come on
so
by.
amazing.
We'll have a party. Let's have a hype night party.
Oh, I love it.
Where we invite
my
everybody
God.
back and we'll like
Oh
see
my
everybody
God.
Can you
bartend.
imagine like that room of those women all
Yeah.
in one place?
Wow.
That-
That's
let's
a lot
do
of
it.
personality.
That'd be great.
That'd be
love
amazing.
it.
Okay, I say we do it.
That'd be
And
so
we'll do
great.
a photo shoot. Matt says we should do a photo
my
shoot.
God. Yo, this keeps getting better.
Yeah, man. Siempre,
into
look
it.
what you're doing, Siempre. I love it.
Yeah, I love this.
So Amy, what was your
Best part of your day?
Well, aside from being here with y'all.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Because there's nothing better than people telling you how wonderful you are, to be honest.
Mhm.
I don't know, I have found a way to like make peace with, so I live across the street from a high school, and they, right across the street from their track, and like where they play football and soccer and all this stuff, and yay, sports are great, but like at like 6 in the morning when they want to start like practicing, and it's super loud and stuff for me, and you know, a girl needs her beauty rest. But anyways, it's been like kind of a push and pull for me, like how to deal with this. And I'm a spiteful kind of a person, and I'm also kind of fucked up. So am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
swear on
Yes.
this.
So I today I've done this at night, but mostly after a couple of tequilas. But this morning I thought, you know what? Let's see if this works today as well. So sometimes, because I can't fight it, I've got to go with it. So they were doing their exercises around the track, and their coach is yelling at them, go, run, faster, knees higher, blah, 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 right? So I just opened my window, and as they come closer to my thing, I go, what are you running from? And they all kept going,
That's fantastic.
because they can't tell either where it's coming from. So I stay real quiet. And then right as they get past my place, what are you running from?
Oh my God.
And it just confuses the fuck out of people that are already confused as to why they're running at 6 in the morning when I'm sure they just did this also till 11 o'clock at night, which is when it ends. So,
You know, it never occurred to me though that like, yeah, if you were living across from a high school, that is a reality.
it is a reality. It is. I mean,
Yeah,
it can be entertaining.
Mhm.
You have to make it entertaining, which is what I realized today. I can't fight it. I've got to work with it. And so today, I figured out this morning at 6 in the morning. I mean, I figured out how to do. I love yelling, so I got to yell.
I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
there's that.
I love that.
It's a bit more interesting. I live across the street from off-track betting.
Oh, so it's similar.
What are you running from? Just yell out at them.
What are you running from?
No, like it's like an existential question.
It's
like,
such an
why are you
existential-
gambling and running away?
I normally yell this shit at night too, so when people are running around the track before it closes, it is quite existential. But I think the morning has that exact same effect.
Yeah.
Yo, we should. This is
Let's
the thing.
get it on. I
Let's
have a new
start this.
fence so I could see green.
Why are you running
It's
from?
really fun.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that this is now. Sorry if any of you people are watching this, because I think I just kind of
You just
blew the
outed
secret.
yourself.
I did,
wow.
but
Now you know where it's coming from.
now you know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But you don't know where
don't know
exactly.
where.
You know who it is coming
Yeah,
from. You don't know where.
Yeah. I knew a woman who, when I was in university, there was a woman I worked with who her window faced right onto a main street in Windsor, and so sometimes just for shits and giggles, she would hide, and then like as people would walk by, she'd go, "Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle. You're gonna die." And people would just be like, "What?" It was like one of my favorite anecdotes, and I like,
God.
yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, shout out to beautiful Axl Rose.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hype.
Beautiful
Hype.
Axl.
You know, I don't know who's watching today. But I used to live in a place in kind of like North Toronto, and it was a perfect still night, and it rained really hard. It was a perfect still night, and my husband, then boyfriend, and I were laying in bed, and we were asleep, and we were both like jolted up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This was like 15 years ago. By someone just be like, "Steven, you never buy me smokes." And I swear to you, it went on. It was like, "You gotta have movies," and it was like, I was so still. I was like, "Oh." I
my
kind of
God.
feel like maybe she was like on my balcony.
Oh
Just
my
now that
God.
you're saying this, I'm like, maybe she was closer. than
Maybe
I
she was
thought.
closer than you
And the
thought.
crazy thing is, it's like, honest to God, 15 years later, I'm watching Comedians with Cars
Yeah.
with Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
and he tells that story. And I'm like, no way! I'm like, that's my story!
Oh, shit.
That's my story!
Yo, so wait, maybe he was the one.
Maybe it was Alec.
Oh my God, guys, Alec
Guys,
Baldwin.
Alec
Oh
Baldwin.
my god, it was Alec Baldwin.
The whole time. It was Alec
What-
Baldwin
what-
the whole time.
Yes, Steven, there are so many people. Marco, okay, Marco Timpano was in the sketch troupe that we did the sketch because it was so.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
actually turned this into a
We
sketch.
turned it into a sketch because it was
Oh.
too much,
Yeah,
and
that's
so it
true.
turned into a sketch. So it actually was out there in the world.
Maybe Alec Baldwin
Um,
saw your sketch
yeah.
and then stole your anecdote.
Maybe he did,
What
or
the
maybe a
fuck?
writer for him did, or so.
Maybe.
Didn't. You know, I believe I don't always.
Those
have to
things
jump-
like end up in your. I
Yeah,
know I'm
sure.
such a like vindictive Southern Italian person. I'm like, you know what probably happened? Someone
your
stole
sketch.
it. Alec Baldwin stole your sketch.
just go with Steve. It was intense.
You know what's funny about all these stories we're sharing about scaring people, yelling at people, and being terrified is that it folds in very much a good segue into the kinds of movies and experiences that Amy likes to write about.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
nice
Right?
segue.
Thanks, guys.
Hype that
Thanks.
segue.
Thanks.
Back to that
Cheers.
segue.
I do love to moderate. It is a thing I like to do. I'm not lying. It's literally, if you want to hire me, let me know.
Hype to Amanda Barker, who's also watching, who's
Ah.
in that sketch troupe.
Yeah, Amanda
Sure.
Barker.
Yes, you. So you're a film John. You do a lot of. I'll just have another word. You do film genre stuff mostly, though. Eh?
Yes,
So
yes.
That's like what your love is.
Yeah. Horror, action films, horror,
Action
films.
Horror.
films.
You
horror.
like monster movies too,
I
right?
do.
Like,
I do
sometimes?
like monster movies. I need a lot of people exploding. I
Yeah.
need a lot of death. I like a big body count. I mean, I don't always need a big body count. I like tension in films specifically. Not so big on sci-fi.
Okay.
Definitely not big on ballroom dancing in films. We can talk about that
Wow.
for days.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm a
so-
sci-fi kind of person.
It's really
See,
random.
I'm not,
Yeah.
See, I'm not a sci-fi person. I don't know what it is. There's something for me about like space and I don't know,
That's
fucking
fair.
dragons and I don't know this stuff.
No,
that just,
I draw the line of dragons. I'm done.
She
I'm
doesn't
not
like
a
that, but
dragon
that's I
person.
call that fantasy.
Fantasy. If
Well,
it's
yeah.
like long
Like I
hair-
like fantasy more than I like sci-fi.
So here's
So
my
I'm
question,
into
but
dragons and
sci-fi and
like
fantasy sometimes
they
kind
do
of.
sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
they really do, yeah.
So, but for me, horror has always been yes.
You're a purist. You're a sci-fi purist.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it with a fucking broadsword. I'm done.
I love a
And
broadsword. Give me a laced up leather thing
Oh,
with
no,
a
give me
broadsword
that.
and a dragon, and I'm in.
Oh no, just give me the laced up leather thing and I'm
Okay,
stoked.
there you
But
go.
I'm a horror purist and I love action films.
Awesome.
I always have, and I ended up, turning something that I liked, and people were always just. I was talking about it with people all the time. And they're like, "You never shut the fuck up about this. Why don't you just make some money and write about it?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And then I realized all these years later, I was like, "God damn it! I was talking to y'all about this for free for all these years."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
and you've done so much. You've written so much. You've worked for Thrillist, Rue Morgan Delirium, Shock Till You Drop, Fangoria. You've wrote really just all the hits of where people go to for those kinds of
Yeah.
publications, or where they have until now, because we're gonna get to where they can go now.
Well, yeah, because
Really.
it's a different kind of thing
Yeah.
that's changing, right? It's like
Sure.
people
Yeah.
used to get that magazine and crack it open and be like, here
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
Now
man.
a lot of people are...
And I read that you've talked about how you really love that experience of opening that magazine. And
I grew up reading Fangoria, so I grew up reading Fangoria, so to end up seeing my name in it was super fucking surreal. But I also have this weird thing. I don't know. I love the smell of a new magazine.
Yeah,
I don't know if
totally.
this makes sense to any of you guys, but
Yeah.
if you ever see me in a store, there's one at near the Second Cup on Bloor Street, across from the Hot Dogs Theater.
Oh yeah.
You
yeah.
can find me in there regularly, opening up magazines and smelling them like a fucking psychopath. Because they smell so good. There's something about that new.
But there's
that-
also something like Fangoria magazine is like a heavily inked magazine.
It
too.
is, yeah,
yeah,
totally.
It's not. You're not opening up like a Chatelaine where it's like.
Oh, no.
No, it's like.
It's
It's
there's
got a-
texture to it. You've
Yeah.
got a real tactile experience.
That's
right?
the thing, and while I love that I write for a lot of online stuff too, it's the same way I feel about movies. So the way I got into horror is I went to video stores and I just fell in love with the boxes. Captain Video on St. Clair Avenue West, which is no longer there. Rip hype to Captain Video.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hype to Captain Video.
I used to go and I was just obsessed with looking at all the artwork, and I was seeing, the Sleepaway Camp cover with the shoe and the knife going through it, and was it Mother's Day, and the woman, like, her hair turns into a noose in the back, like just all this amazing imagery in all of this artwork for films. I loved it. I loved picking up the boxes. I loved touching it. I loved the magazines and smelling them, as it is. And that makes the whole rounded experience something that for me is what got me into horror, because it was every single thing tactile. It was like visual, and then at the end of the day it was like mental and stimulating and emotional. So
yeah.
I became so like I completely lost myself in it, and you know I don't think that ended up being too bad for me.
No.
So
It's worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's a special kind of community. I'm gonna have a
For sure.
Fangoria moment here with you because the Night of the Living Dead, which we've talked about before,
Oh, yeah.
Night of the Living Dead Live had the centerfold article in
you
it.
did.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it was like really special. Like
Yeah.
we had been connected to Fangoria, you know, through the development of the play and stuff like that. So then to be able to have it shared in that way in print, it's true. It was a special thing. It
It's
was
like
special.
it's a like milestone thing when you're like you know in film or television or a writer or anything, and your name is in print in that thing, or your project is there.
Huge.
You can't
No.
buy that kind of like
No.
pride or anything. It's
No,
just,
nothing-
and that's something that'll stick with you forever.
Nothing beats it. Like, I mean, I've had articles like where it's online and you see it and you're like, oh, cool, I was interviewed or they whatever. But when I've seen myself in a newspaper or in a magazine and there is that thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It just, there's nothing beats it. I mean, maybe that's part of that is because we grew up before the internet was really like the main way people got them. But I also feel like we've talked about this a lot on the show.
Yeah.
You talk a lot about it, Dale, about this return to
The
analog.
return to analog. And I feel like it's becoming a heavier theme in my life.
Well,
even
I think in general though, look like all these like return to records, return to everything.
Yeah.
While there is
even horror is like returning to like analog setups.
Absolutely.
It's like fake blood and everything. You look at it and you're like, digital blood, digital killings,
people
digital.
Yeah,
sick
practical effects are
practicals
yeah.
are people are far more interested in practicals. People are also doing a lot more guerrilla marketing style type things of like, you know, throwing VHSs out places for people. You can get limited edition VHSs and stuff like that. And it's not to say like, oh, it's some hipster thing because it's a VHS. No, people still have
I do.
I
I
have
watch
a
I
VHS.
have a VHS in our
I have a VHS, but mostly so I can play my VHS interactive board games.
Yes.
Oh my
God. Because sometimes
Did
you
you
have
ever
to
play that
sometimes you have to
game?
get the beige and you have to go to the beige. And if anybody knows what that means, then to you.
I don't know.
It's the Star Trek interactive board
And
game.
Matt knows what it is.
Yeah.
This because Matt and Dale bond over their sci-fi love.
Sometimes you have to go to the beige and it sucks.
What was that game? I remember playing a VHS interactive game that was like had like a guy with long hair.
It's Nightmare. You're talking about Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare.
Oh my god, I loved playing Nightmare.
Yeah.
And then it was another
And then
you
the
are
witch,
the gatekeeper.
and then Baron.
Yeah, the gatekeeper. Yes.
And then Baron
Oh my
Samedi.
god, I loved it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved that game
I would
so
love
hard.
to. I would love to play that game again.
Guys, let's have a night where we
Where
play
we
that
get
game.
Nightmare?
Guys, we
find
can do it.
Well,
We
let's
can
do
totally
Nightmare.
find
Do
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Stanford, will you bartender or Nightmare?
We
We
both have
bartend
our
our
interactive
Nightmare.
games, right?
So I'm watching comments kind of going by here. So I have a question for you. What, in your opinion, is the best Canadian horror film?
The best Canadian horror film,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Oh my goodness.
You can think on it if you
Think
want to,
on it.
like,
We can
put
come
that in
back
your
to it.
brain.
Well, there's a lot. That's the only problem.
Everyone's gonna be like Valentine's Day.
Of course, everyone's gonna say Valentine's Day, which is true. I would like to. Well,
On the spot.
okay, on the spot, I'm gonna say it's not. Right now, it is definitely my favorite Canadian horror film. Is The Void. The Void killed me.
Oh my God! Shout out to Casey Walker.
Yeah, The Void
Yay.
was amazing.
Yeah, man, shout out.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like I love The Void. Did y'all catch The Void?
I haven't seen it yet.
You
but
haven't seen it? Oh, you're
I have
out of
to
your
know people-
goddamn mind.
I have to admit here that horror films are not my go-to. Like, I like some of them, but I won't, like, seek out a horror film often.
The Void is something special, though. The Void is very different. It's got a lot of.
I love that you're saying this. I'm friends with Casey Walker.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
really
Sorry,
into it.
this
Yeah.
was, and this is not
This is
planned.
it wasn't
Sorry.
planned at all. Super hype.
I mean, there's so many, like, I mean, Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou, that has, Mary Elizabeth Rubens is a wonderful Canadian horror film. I mean, like,
Awesome.
you know, like, yeah, Valentine's Day, all these
Classic,
sorts of amazing films are great, but most recently, the one that has really, really, really stuck with me has been that. The
awesome.
Void,
It's awesome.
it started somewhere that I wasn't expecting, and then it went somewhere nobody was expecting.
Right.
Everyone in that theater, I can't tell you how many audible, what the fuck was that, was going on in that theater, and like,
It's awesome.
I was
love
like,
that.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
It's awesome.
It was
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And we want to talk about practical effects. We want to talk about beautiful effects. I mean, I know for some reason, I don't know why I know this, but Patton Oswalt loves that film.
He loves that film.
He
It's
loves
awesome.
that
I know.
film.
It's
Patton
very funny.
He
Oswalt.
talks about that film constantly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
talk about The Void. It is,
Now I gotta check it out.
I would love to explain it, but that's just not possible, and I
can't.
could not do it justice.
No,
it's
it's all
an
good.
incredible
No,
fucking
So
film.
basically, we're saying everyone should
Go see The Void.
Please
see
go
The
see The
Void
Void.
if
The
you
Void.
haven't seen it.
And if you disagree with me, I will buy you a shot of Sienna.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I have a small connection to it in a way that like Casey was involved in that, and Casey was also the director on Little Bit Zombie, which my husband. was
Oh
part
my
of.
god!
Right.
No, wait, now,
Little bit zombie.
is Amelia Ullerup in that one?
That's right.
I know Amelia Ullerup!
That's
So
right,
I know
there
her
you
from
go.
Blackbird that we
Okay.
did in Vancouver.
There you go.
Wait, and Kyle Cassidy, was he in that one as well?
I don't remember.
Kyle's her husband.
No, I don't think
Okay.
he was. No.
He was in the first Deadpool. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. So Amelia, I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
hype to
Hype to
Amelia
Amelia.
Ullerup.
Woo!
She
Hi,
did
how
a
come
fantastic-
how
She did a
have we
great
never
job
talked
in that.
before?
I know, it's very
It's
odd.
so weird.
Maybe we have.
Maybe.
Yeah, you guys are like super connected.
She did a wonderful job in that movie.
She's
And
awesome.
also an underrated movie, so go see that one. It's
Yeah,
on
Little
Netflix,
Bit
so just
Zombie.
fucking watch
Ooh, it's
it.
on Canadian Netflix.
U.S. Netflix.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Nice little bit zombie.
You know what? It's a lot of times I have discovered this, but there's different distribution deals based
Yeah.
on like who you've made deals with, right?
Yep.
So if you're connected with like Movie Network or whatever it is, you can't be on the Canadian Netflix, which is
Oh.
crazy, but you can be on Netflix in other countries. So that's why sometimes like Canadian Netflix has like these big American movies that you're like, how can this be? It's because the distribution deals are different in every
Yeah.
country.
Right.
Yeah.
Distribution is a
It's
It's
a
a
tricky
business.
money thing.
It is.
Yeah.
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 That's amazing. I love this. Thank you for that question. Whoever asked that question about
Yeah, who
Canadian
was that?
Well, it was
Bird.
Marco and Amanda.
Hey,
thank
Marco,
you.
yeah.
Together. They're driving and listening to us.
Oh,
Amazing.
be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not watching.
So the big thing, like, so very recently, you decided to create your own hub for
Yeah.
reviews and interviews and op-ed pieces and listicles, and it's called Fear Forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And you said it's
Thank
to
you.
create a
Yeah.
space for fans of the entire spectrum that horror as a genre runs.
This
Yeah.
is true.
And I
That's
like
amazing.
that you had like a bit of a mission statement being that you're looking for like many different types of voices. You're inviting in you know,
Yes.
different types of people that
Yeah.
sometimes are not as welcome in those mainstream genre worlds that sometimes get treated a little differently. And I love that you're
I like to say
welcoming-
lesser heard.
lesser heard, yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, they're more than fucking welcome in.
Right, sure.
Right,
It's
of
just,
course.
you know,
Yep.
there's just not space necessarily for that.
Yeah.
And let's be real. It's not as welcome.
Well, yeah, like it's,
Yeah.
you know, if it was welcome, then I feel like everybody would be there.
Sure.
But, you know, they may not, we can say lesser heard or not welcome. But the truth is, this genre, like, any
a
of these
boys'
genre
club.
places, it's a boys' club, and
Yeah.
it can
Oh, yeah.
be difficult to kind of break into those places without having,
And
you
it
know,
has been difficult for my entire existence
Yeah.
through this whole thing, being in a bit of a boys' club that is, yeah, big, no,
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
Berenstain Bears?
Berenstain
Berenstain Bears?
Berenstain Bears? We still don't know. We don't know.
Famous bear family.
But the truth is
from
too,
the
it's like
books.
to welcome in voices to be able to speak as they want to speak too.
Yeah.
Because it's like sometimes it's like you get invited into these groups and then you're expected to like kind of keep up into that kind of tone or
No,
sound.
no.
But that's not what you need. You
No, the
want-
point is to have a new perspective,
Yeah.
That's
to
what-
have a different kind of voice.
If
right?
I wanted someone to sound the same as everybody else, I would just say like, well,
Just
let's
do it
just.
myself.
I wouldn't have done it myself. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have opened up my
Yeah.
own sort of space for it because there's already spaces for people who have the exact same background, who are the exact same age, and the exact
Exactly.
same socio-economic or political standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who they've got a plethora of places to
Yeah.
speak at.
So
But-
with that in mind,
So if you're,
if
yeah.
you're one of these writers who find yourself
Yeah.
in this world, you know what? Maybe get in touch with Fear Forever. You should go to their website.
Yeah, they
and check it
welcome
out.
submissions from
Fearforever.com.
people of color, LGBTQ, women, whatever you're into. Let them know.
Yeah, I mean, literally from everybody. I'm more
Yeah.
than happy to hear from everybody, but I do want to like make a sort of like statement to say that if you are from these sort of lesser heard or lesser encouraged voices, that shit ain't true.
Yeah, exactly.
You are more than encouraged encouraged, and you've got a total place to be heard. So
Kumail Nanjiani has this great bit in his stand-up. It's in the movie The Big Sick. This isn't a
I
spoiler.
haven't seen it yet.
It's not a spoiler at all, but he does this bit in his stand-up because he loves old horror movies, and in the movie he shows them to the girl he's dating, and I just listened to a podcast with him on Malton on Movies, and he talks about that as well. Loving horror movies growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, it's cool. And
That's
he
so
has this
cool.
great joke about how, like, I would be the guy in the movie who doesn't even know there are monsters. Like, I would, like, there'd be, like, a problem with the cat. The cat would go missing, and then we'd be like, what happened to the cat? And then I would die before we realized that it's the monster ticket. Because he's a round man, and so he was like, people who look like me don't make it to the point where there's a monster. It's such a great bit.
It's true.
Kumail Nanjiani is hilarious.
One of my
and
favorite-
it's true.
I'm not a big rom-com person, but I've heard so much about this movie, and I actually have been super excited to see it.
I know, I haven't seen
It's at
it
the
yet
Carlton,
either.
right?
Is it playing at the Carlton right now? Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Probably. It's probably still
I saw it at the
playing
Varsity,
places.
but yeah, it might be playing at the Carlton.
Oh, I love me a varsity movie.
Love Varsity.
Love
is
me
my
a
favorite.
varsity
Can I just
cinema.
for a second say, like, my favorite thing to do to this day is go to Indigo, like, browse a little bit in the
Oh, yeah.
bookstore, take myself to a movie by myself, and then walk home from the Varsity.
Ooh.
Varsity
like
was my TIFF venue.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I did like many years at the Varsity. Yeah.
Oh.
It's such a great.
Let's all meet at the
theater.
And
fish
now
tank.
they have this bar, and they've got a Yoga and Froze thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I'm like
Yoga
stoked.
and Froze,
And they
yeah.
have that cool fish tank. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm stoked on that.
Yeah, when
It's a
something would
great
be
space.
going down at TIFF, everyone would be like, let's meet at the fish tank. And then you'd go to the fish tank, you'd be like, what's happening? And they'd be like,
I love it.
Sean Penn is freaking out or something. You'd be like, oh, I understand now
That's amazing.
what's going on. Yeah.
Fear Forever has also partnered recently with Your Geek News, which
We
is
have.
Matt's brand, Matt's company. I hate saying brand. It's your cool company that usually Matt's company tends to, like, Your Geek News tends to do, like, superhero, sci-fi, kind of geek sphere stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting collaboration, the two of you.
Yeah, I like to think of it as like that movie Twins. Where
Which one of you is Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I still feel like I'm like,
Depends who you are.
I think it's you. I feel like it's you. I think it has to be you.
Because it's him and Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like I'm the Danny
God,
Don't
DeVito.
touch that. I've seen that movie like 600
I
times.
loved that movie so much when I
Yeah.
was growing
It's a
up.
great
Yeah.
movie.
But
And
I
the
also
fact that they
loved
were, like,
Junior,
gonna-
so I'm.
That is also a good movie.
Junior is such a.
But also the fact that there was like this like urban myth, or I don't even know, maybe it's not a myth, that they were going to make twins again, but and then they were
Oh, I
going to
didn't
add
know
Eddie
this.
Murphy into it and make it triplets.
Oh,
What?
Yes.
What?
No one's-
What?
This
Yeah?
is true. This is how
Matt's like
They
they're
are.
making it now.
You're lying. You're lying.
Matt's lying to
Do
us.
not lie on Hype Night. Wait,
That's
is
one
it
of the
true?
rules.
This is a thing that I heard. Yeah.
Are they
Where did
making?
you hear this?
Are
I
Arnold
know it.
Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Eddie Murphy making a film called Triplets?
What
Please
the
let people who are watching let us know because we
Emma,
must
where
know.
am I right now?
Yeah.
We're in another dimension.
Guys,
Definitely.
I'm not wrong. I'm sure I know that this is real.
I
Else
hope
wouldn't have
you're.
said it.
You know what? Even if it's not confirmed, I want to go with it's real.
I
because
want it to
I want to live
happen.
in a world where that's real. That's
know.
beautiful.
It's happening.
Matt's
happening.
convinced, so we
Google
should
that.
test
Wow.
Google it, guys. Yeah.
So I read this other thing.
Whoa.
So I know you're a huge fan of. You were a huge fan of Bates Motel.
It was.
Are still?
We'll
Isn't
never
it
know
done
these.
though?
Yeah, but you can't stop.
I mean,
The
that's
train
what I
doesn't
meant.
stop
That's what I
going.
meant by was not that you had stopped, but that
No,
it had stopped.
I don't care.
And
My-
are you
my
are
fan
you
club got
writing
it.
a fan fiction called
Oh, boy.
Masturbates Motel? Or is that an urban legend?
No, it is not an urban legend.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to
We
say
can
that, but it was
add that
just
to-
It's the other. It's actually an urban legend, just like Eddie Murphy and triplets.
Yeah,
It's not happening.
No, it's you're nuts.
I'm sorry. I didn't. It's on the internet, so I was like, oh,
It
this
is on the
what it is.
internet. It is. It's on
Yeah.
the
I'm
internet.
gonna take a pause. I just need to. We need to let Marco and Amanda know if they should go to Dairy Queen or not. So I say
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
go to Dairy Queen. Always.
Yeah, always.
Go to
always.
Dairy
DQ
Queen.
for life.
Yeah.
Are you
do
guys
it.
They're in the one at Dufferin? Okay, you're in
No,
Woodbridge.
they're in Woodbridge.
All right.
Yeah. And also, Marco and Amanda, what do you think? Should she continue writing Masturbates Hotel?
Motel.
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 Yeah, so Masturbates Motel is actually something that I started to do, but I'm like kind of shit at writing fan fiction. Like basically what I have that I've started with, and basically, I mean, you guys tell me what you think. So basically,
Okay.
it's like Dylan, who is Norman's brother on Bates
On
Motel.
Bates Motel.
Sorry.
I'm just regular Bates Motel.
Fuck.
This is going nowhere.
Great.
Dylan's like in the kitchen and he's like, hey Norman, I made a burrito. And Norman comes in and he's like, hey Dylan, that looks like a really good burrito. And he's like, hey, you want to suck my dick? And he's like, yeah. And then
Sounds about right to me.
And then, yeah. So here's the thing. So what we've learned is that I don't know how to write fan fiction very well yet. But I like burritos, and I
Bates Motel.
and I like Bates Motel,
Yeah.
and I come up with catchy names. So here's the whole thing. Whole thing is that right now I'm actually learning about fan fiction, which is very weird. Always involves some form of bestiality too. Why you guys gotta always involve the animals?
It does?
It does.
All fan
There's a
fiction?
whole,
So
it's its
much
whole
fan fiction
world,
involves
Because I've read
bestiality.
fan fiction, but I've never encountered the bestiality.
There's lots of incest and bestiality,
Okay,
and
incest,
I brought the incest.
So I have a question for you.
Boy, yeah.
You know, I know that you're really into the film. You're really into the TV show. Was that born out of like a love for the film, or does it stand
Right,
kind of on its own for you?
No, it's funny. The TV show, the love for that it's a very unique and it's an independent sort of thing. This is where it's gonna get fun. Okay. Well, I sort of had a little bit of what some people would call a nervous breakdown.
Okay.
And I kind of just stopped doing anything or everything for a very long time.
Okay.
And I lost a lot of weight and hair and fingernails.
Well, that happens when you.
As that happens,
sure,
there was
absolutely.
there was a big compounded sort of thing that happened. And anyways, I just sort of, and then it sort of like I stopped turning on lights and stuff like that. And then one day, a friend of mine showed up at my place and was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna say you look like fucking shit, but have you seen this new show?"
Right.
And I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Well, why don't you just watch it? Watch one episode. You might like it and whatever." And he physically put it on, so I physically couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even move. So I started watching it, and the first thing I saw was British Columbia, because it's shot in BC, and it was so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been to BC, so I'm Canadian and American, so I'm from here and Dade County, Florida.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dade
Dade.
County.
Florida.
Mr. International.
Amazing.
He's our claim to fame.
Yeah,
from-
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah,
It
he's
is.
our claim to fame from Dade County. So, yeah. So, it was so beautiful, and it had this really gorgeous Twin Peaks kind of vibe, and it starred Vera Farmiga, who is
I love Vera Farmiga.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
and Freddie
It's
Highmore.
it's a really good show.
It's a
really enjoyed
fantastic
this-
show,
this
and the
show.
show just got better and better. And basically, I watched about, I think, 4 episodes in one shot, because I don't think there was more at that point. And I got completely lost in it, and
Yeah.
I was so excited for the next one. And I completely forgot about everything or whatever had happened before, and I just kind of immersed myself in it.
Awesome.
So,
So
in a
interesting,
really
right?
bizarre
Yeah.
way, in the weirdest way, falling in love with these characters who ultimately, you also know, so Bates Motel is basically the prequel to Psycho.
Yes.
So the
Yeah,
unfortunate
yes.
thing is that we know how this turns out.
Yes.
So the strange thing is falling in love with somebody like, like Mrs. Bates, Norma Bates. Like, I had such an empathy towards her, and I just fell in love with her so much, but I know it's not gonna go well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's like
Can
a real
I ask
push
a
and
weird
pull.
question though?
Yeah.
Because I'm really bad with character names, so
Yeah.
bear with me on this. But like, is there even like a hint to the other storyline of Psycho?
Oh, yeah,
Like-
yeah, yeah.
Like, do they talk about like her and the money and the
Yeah,
whole,
well, yes, they do towards the end of this. At the very end of this, when you're talking about with Marion Crane.
Yeah.
Yes, so that is
Because
what they
it's
did.
kind of the thing about Psycho is that you're kind of watching one movie and it turns into another movie.
Yeah, so Psycho or Bates Motel was the prequel to Psycho. So we're going back very far, like with who was Norman Bates? Did Norman Bates
Yeah.
have a brother? Like all these, but then
Right.
once the show started to gear towards the end, the final season, we started to get into the Marion Crane. That's when this sort of Psycho and Bates Motel worlds had this
Kinda
sort
came
of
together.
collision. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when Rihanna starred as Marion Crane. And she got the role as Marion Crane because she was a huge Bates Motel fan. And
Oh,
she,
okay.
That's
she
awesome.
She
Interesting.
fought for
That's
the role.
right.
Yeah. And
that's interesting.
she didn't last long, but we don't expect her to last super long.
Right.
I thought she did a pretty good job as Marion. It's a tough role to do.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it when she was on. I've watched a few episodes, and I really liked the episodes I saw.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's literally one of the best shows television series I've ever seen. I don't know what could replace it.
They do such a good job on that show of sustaining the tension. Like
Oh
you,
my
you would
God.
be like, it's really hard to do, right?
It
Because
is.
you, especially for people who are fans of Hitchcock, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you don't think that from episode to episode, though, they'd be able to sustain that kind of tension, but they really do.
I'll tell you one thing. I have a cousin who is deaf, and she started watching the show because I was telling her, well, anyone who is in earshot of me, and I mean earshot is like in this city, knows that I fucking love Bates Motel. So she was like, I know about this show that you liked, and she said she watched it, but she watched it the first time actually without even captions.
Wow.
And she said she completely understood what was going on
Cool.
based by
That's
the
amazing.
characters' expressions and the tension and the pacing in the show.
Yeah.
So the fact that she, as someone who can't hear,
Yeah.
who didn't need the music cues and who didn't need the you
Yeah,
know, rise
that-
in voice
that-
and all that stuff.
Yeah, the intonation and
Sustain.
the,
It
yeah.
is such a testament to the acting and to the direction of the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get a better, quote than that.
Oh
I
man,
don't
I'm
think.
sold. I didn't watch it because I'm a real fan of the movie. I'm one of those kind of people, right?
Right.
It's
So
not.
I
Don't
was
think
all
about
like-
the movie.
I was
Like the
like, man,
movie, yeah.
It's not related to the movie. Think about what happened before. Like you don't know. That's
No,
the
this
funny
is
thing.
true.
And I never thought about that. When I started watching, I was like, well, this is in color, and why do people have cell phones? What the fuck is this? And I was thinking,
Oh,
well,
I
wait.
can accept that. Yeah.
But the thing is the film was never specifically dated. We just saw it in
No.
black and white.
Yeah,
But that
it's
doesn't
true.
mean
Yeah,
that it's
that's
black.
very
It
true.
doesn't mean that
Yeah.
it's specifically of that era.
Yeah.
We just know it. We just know it is
We
that.
just know that it was.
So
contemporary
you
to the
kind of
time,
have
yeah.
to like open your mind up to that sort of thing. And once you do, that's when you start to go, oh yeah, well, what if Norman had a brother? Who was Norman's brother? Who was this person?
Yeah.
And you realize you can go so far back, and it's so fucking dope.
All right, I'm gonna
Cool.
do it.
All right.
Yeah, okay,
Bates
hype,
Motel.
hype,
list.
hype to
Bates
Bates
Motel.
Motel. Hype
Bates
to
Motel.
Carlton Cuse, who is, and Carrie Aaron. Carrie Aaron is one of my, biggest inspirations. She is one of the best female writers, directors I've ever met. She's super inspirational. She's working on a new show now with Carlton, I believe. She did
Cool.
Lost. She did The Wonder Years.
Mhm.
She did.
Wonder Years.
Carrie Aaron's.
Hype to Carrie Aaron.
Carrie
Hype to
Aaron.
Carrie Aaron. Okay.
Hey, hey,
Hype.
hey.
Hype.
I want to say too, Amy, that one thing we both noticed is how many shout outs you give to other people and brands on your social
Huge.
media. You're such a hyper. Like you're so you are so generous with your hype, and
Yep.
that's awesome.
I'm surrounded by really dope people. So what did Kanye West say? What did he say something about I do dope shit because I like dope shit or something like that? And
Amazing.
frankly,
Yeah.
it's something
But it's
like
true.
that.
it's
like,
true. It's totally
You know,
true.
you get different vibes as we read up on people, and it's it was just really striking that it's people don't have to be like that, but you are, and it's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a, I don't know, if I was surrounded by shittier people, I probably wouldn't, but fuck it, you guys are dope, so what can I do?
You gotta,
See,
gotta.
let's go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
rise.
try.
You gotta
I'll
rise.
try, everybody.
I
What's
feel
happening?
you
This
holding
tequila's
this. And
I think it's time for a late. Is it time
yeah,
for
I
a
was
late?
like, and I lifted my.
Let's
I was
take
going
it.
to talk about my father having an exorcism, but maybe
Oh,
we won't.
Oh my gosh.
Your father having an exorcism.
Yeah, my dad was exorcised, and
Well, can we actually
great.
knock this
yeah.
out?
Do you want to hear it?
I do.
Because I read somewhere this thing that you said in an interview where you were like, at night you dream about going on a date to an exorcism with a guy.
yeah.
Like you had a crazy
I had
life.
a dream about this once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I should tell you
Where
about.
did you hear about that?
I did some research on the
With
internet.
the pointy hat. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
yeah.
I can't believe I don't know who I told that. to.
I entered your brain and I.
Wow, no, but I did have this dream, and I have very visual and very real dreams that I wake up and I'm 99% sure they happen. So tell me about this exorcism.
My dad. So when I was a kid, I remember my grandmother. My dad's mom died when I was 8. I was quite young. She was quite old, and we were all sitting around talking about ghost stories. Like all my cousins, my dad's side were talking about ghost stories. And then someone was like, "Oh yeah, because that time your dad was exorcised." And my sister and I were like, "What?" And as an 8-year-old, I was like, my only reference point had been just stills or little clips from The Exorcism. I hadn't seen the movie yet
You
'cause I
have-
was 8.
Wait,
When
right?
you're 8, yeah.
Yeah, I was 8, so I,
I mean,
hadn't
I
seen it
had,
yet.
but whatever.
I saw The Exorcism at a sleepover party. Oh, sorry, The Exorcist.
Oh, I thought you were
Thank
talking
you.
about this exorcism.
No, sorry. So The Exorcist, I'm tequila, everybody. So I hadn't seen The Exorcist. because I was.
But you were telling me your
My father had an exorcism.
Okay, so you didn't see clips of his exorcism.
No,
Gotcha. Okay,
no,
sorry.
they didn't like.
That's where I was like, holy
No.
shit, this is so.
That would be
Video
amazing
footage?
if somebody has that footage somewhere. But apparently, so my dad was a kid in Italy. He was playing soccer. The ball got kicked into like a graveyard. He went to retrieve it and suddenly like fell to the ground and got sick. So everybody was like, what happened? And this is like a small town in Italy in like, I guess how he was like, maybe it was the 50s, early 50s. And so he was really sick. They brought him home. The doctor came. The doctor was like, we don't know. We can't help him. They tried to help him. He wasn't getting better. So they called a priest because that's what they knew to do.
Yeah.
And apparently, I don't know nobody has ever told me the details.
Someone tell her the
But
details.
a priest came. They did stuff with my dad that was like getting rid of the spirit, the devil, and then my dad felt better. And so everybody is like, that your dad was exorcised.
And that was it?
That was it.
It's the best.
I feel like
I don't know what the details are. Like, maybe stuff happened that
That's
nobody...
what I feel like. I feel like we kind of
Listen,
jumped
I'm
over
sorry
some
it
stuff,
wasn't
but-
as exciting as you wanted it to be.
Well, listen.
But-
Here's what I know, and one day we'll have someone on the show from it. But I've been to 3 pussy exorcisms.
Pussy exorcisms are a big thing.
I've been to 3. I was at the first one.
I want to be at a pussy exorcism.
So
really
know
badly.
that. Give me the credit where the credit is earned.
She was at the
I was
inaugural
at the
pussy
inaugural
exorcism
pussy exorcism.
with Vanessa Frantowski and Laura
Sarah
Silverlitz
Hillier
and Sarah Hillier.
Yeah.
Awesome
Why?
gals.
We should have
all
three
the.
of
Oh my
them.
god, guys, let's have a hype night pussy exorcism.
Oh my God.
But what happens is
It's like a brand now. They
is.
made it like a brand. You know
Guys,
what?
I
Hype to
don't know.
those women. They're amazing.
Hi?
Okay,
What
so
happened?
Dale, explain what a pussy exorcism is,
I
or
don't know
Amy's
what-
gonna lose her mind.
So I don't want to. There are secrets left for people to have, but sometimes
Are there on the show?
Are
I think
there
we've reviewed
sometimes
them all.
other people's stories? They can have their stories. Sometimes there is talk of a demon going into a woman's vagina and making them unfaithful. And so, you can get someone to do an exorcism or prayers
That's
or,
what makes
or
them
chanting.
unfaithful?
Yeah.
Yeah, demon.
Because the demon eats semen and
It's a
craves
semen
it.
demon. I
Craves
love
it.
it. I love when it rhymes. It's like extra satisfying when it rhymes.
It also
So-
starts to sound like some weird 80s hair metal
Yeah.
band album.
Yeah.
Semen Demon!
It's like and the bass player's just like
I don't know why I was doing like a high pitched bass.
No, it's not face.
this again.
Oh
But this person was like, listen, they were told they had a pussy in their, or they had a demon in their pussy, and this woman was like, I can like exercise it for you, and she was like, fuck you. But then, these group of women got together and they were like, listen, maybe there is, and we can do things to help get exercise this thing out of you. And now there's been quite a few of them, and I have to say, they're like highlights to my year.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you
They're
go to
like,
these?
yeah,
Oh,
they're wonderful. They're wonderful events.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're great events.
We're gonna have
We're
someone
gonna
on
get those
from-
women
We're gonna
on.
get them on. We're gonna do something.
I learned something new.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Lightning
time for the
round.
lightning round. We're like so. This
We're
is
like
like
the
the
longest
longest episode,
episode.
but we're having so much fun. So thank you for sticking with us because
Can we
it's the
watch
best.
If Siempre Tequila still with us,
Oh, yes.
we're out.
We're out.
We're out, man.
We're really sorry.
Sorry.
That's it. It's done. Okay, so our lightning round is going to be cool titles of articles that you've written. 'Cause,
Oh, shit.
we love them.
Oh god.
And this is Dale's favorite song. Okay,
Yes.
ready?
Here we go.
I went on a date with a Drake lookalike.
We rank sell. Okay. What? We ranked call waiting hold music with Andrew WK.
I was a crime scene investigator for a day.
I snorted chocolate for science.
The Wonder Fears.
How Bates Motel saved my
For
life.
real. 10 things that rock about Bates Motel.
Monstrous memories attack in the Killer Rack.
Scary Influence, which is about the scary stories with those books from the
Yeah,
80s.
scary stories to tell them.
Yeah, man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever look as the hearse go by? 'Cause you may be the next to die. First they put you in a big black box. I have the book memorized.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look at you
They
go.
make cover you with
I just
You're
want
a
to say,
documentary.
we've basically like matched up soulmates here on Night Nights. You
I
guys
have
are like
memorized.
connected in a spiritual way.
I stole the book from my public
Oh,
school
you
library.
get
Right!
out!
I love a stolen book from a public library.
Yo, do you know that
It's
that's also
one of my
a banned book by the American Library Library
Is it
Association.
really?
Yes,
Really?
it is. Yeah, so Nancy Reagan, during her satanic panic whole fucking horseshit, she got all pissed off about the book because she didn't like the illustrations that Alvin Gamel did. Like, they're gorgeous,
awesome.
right?
They're gorgeous,
And then that book was, it is still to this day, is the most banned book by the American Library Association. You stole the most banned book?
Yeah, that's badass.
What? And I
That's
sold the
badass.
sequel.
Hype.
Hype. And like negative hype to Nancy Reagan. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to your satanic panic.
Sorry. I loved that book so much, though. I remember when I found it as a kid, I wasn't a huge reader. And when I found it, I was like, this book is for me.
Yeah.
I used to put together, like, shows and
It's
just, like,
totally
do
for you.
readings
Well,
from
which were
it.
your favorites?
I liked the poetry stuff. I liked it when it was, like, poems and things like that, because then I could memorize them and then I could perform them.
Like a rap, like you just did,
Yeah.
which was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love that.
I actually have the books still.
I do too.
Still have them.
I do too.
You know, and they're sitting in my bookshelf, and that, and I also have this really rad book. I will share it with you one day of just like old Halloween photographs and stuff like that that someone collected and put into a book. It's the most amazing.
cool.
It's be like weird stuff with like a drawing of like a cabbage like
That's
floating, being like happy.
good.
Week. Yeah, it's like really great.
Well, so
That's
awesome.
based on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, there is a documentary coming out soon about it.
Amazing.
And
I didn't know that.
I may
but-
or may not.
Oh my god.
Guys, stay tuned for that. That's exciting.
Oh my god.
That's exciting.
Possible hype?
A huge
Possible
hype.
hype. Huge hype. Huge hype.
And
I
I'm
wanna
sorry,
say that-
Gracefield Public School, where I stole it.
You know how many books I have from St. Margaret Mary Public School and
Guys,
Catholic School? So
guys,
many.
they gotta
There's
cut
worse
you
things
down.
in this world to be a
They
person
might,
who
they
stole a
might.
book.
Yeah. Sometimes I just forgot to bring it back. And it was like, yeah, sometimes it was like, sometimes I stole it, but sometimes I just kept it.
Yeah.
I want to say that I'm really happy that that we like had email show because I feel like this is like
It's
this
true.
is such a lovely thing. You
It's
guys
true.
shared experiences.
And I missed it today, so that's amazing.
I know.
So
Yeah.
good. We're getting to that time.
We are at that time.
Do you
yeah.
want to talk about our new favorite thing?
Oh yeah.
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 Quickly before we.
My new favorite thing is an old favorite thing. Guys, if you're in Ontario right now, buy some fucking peaches. They're so
Peaches,
good.
Ontario peaches are so good.
They're just so good. Eat
Yeah.
some peaches.
Hype to Ontario peaches
Hype.
and farmers, Ontario
Yeah,
farmers.
Ontario farmers
yeah,
and
yeah,
peaches
Ontario
are-
farmers.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
My new favorite thing is I'm working freelance for this production company a few days a week, and I was working from home, and then they were like, "Hey, do you want to come into the office to the loft to like work a few days and whatever?" And they're in Kensington Market, and so my new favorite thing is like being in Kensington Market, going for lunch in Kensington Market, coming home and like buying a piece of meat at Sanigan's Meat Locker and some fresh
Awesome.
vegetables, and coming home and getting something at Wanda's Pie in the Sky.
Oh, Wanda's Pie in the Sky
Right?
is so good.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
like, my new favorite
Love
thing
it.
is like my Kensington life, where like
Yes.
it's just like
Yes.
it's such a great part of
It
Toronto,
really is.
and I love it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
For sure.
And watch King of Kensington while you're at it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
God.
What a
Is that on-
classic.
Can you watch it on?
You know what? It used to
It's
be
on
on in the
YouTube, no?
afternoon all
Yeah.
the time on like Vision or something like
Yeah,
that.
is it?
I don't know if it still is, but I was like, I watched the whole thing
I
like
used
2
to
years
watch
ago.
it too. I love that.
Yeah.
show. It was
Classic.
great.
Classic show.
It's great. Oh, my new favorite thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to figure out what that would be today, and I will say it's not just because of you guys, but actually, so I am a tequila fiend, and I love Toronto tequila, but this year I did discover Sampray, and it was because the bar that I normally drink at, I drank them out of Toronto, and I discovered Sampray, and I fell in love. So when they were like, we have, we can get like different liquors. Do you like this or this or this? And I was like, oh my god, I love Sampray. So this has been an excellent. I got to do my favorite thing today. The other thing I've got to say is my new favorite thing: bunny bowling. Now, I know it doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. Bunny bowling. So I have this thing. It's an old-timey parlor game.
Okay.
I don't know how it worked in the old-timey days, but this thing I actually bought it for my friend's like kid's birthday or something, but I kept the gift because I thought it was so cool. Sorry.
Screw you, kid. I stole your gift.
Yeah.
From the library.
So it's like these plush little stand-up, they're like plush bunnies on like these little, like potted plant kind of things, and
Okay.
they look like bowling pins, and you throw cabbages that are basically like bean bags at them.
Damn
Sounds
right.
so
Sounds
fun.
great.
And it's super fun, and
Sounds
it's
great.
bunny
Yeah.
bowling.
Bunny
And
bowling.
you can do it anywhere.
Sounds great.
Like in your apartment when you can't walk for 7 months. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
I feel like I didn't get to talk about, Mike Lee had sent us
Mike Lee!
earlier something about Starship Troopers and
Oh my
gave a
goodness!
poop signal and gave a poop sign, and I was like kind of like, are you saying Starship Troopers sucks? Because we'll have
Mike
to have
Lee!
conversations about it because I think
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Pretty awesome. Mike Lee
Starship
knows how
Troopers,
awesome
yeah.
it is.
It's
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
one of those
It's-
movies that it's like, oh, we're gonna have like a fight now at
It's
a bar.
amazing. Well, and Mike Lee knows that I
Okay.
know Casper very well. Casper Van Dien. I used to work for Roger Corman, and we did Sharktopus versus Werewolf, and
Okay.
Amazing.
Sharktopus is
Sharktopus
amazing.
is a great.
and Casper was in that, and I worked with Roger and him on that, and Casper actually right now is doing a whole Starship Troopers like Comic-Con fan expo sort of like tour across the states. doing
Amazing.
this. Yeah, and he's going to be doing a new film soon that I'm not allowed to
No,
say.
I'm
Okay,
talking about it. It's all
okay.
good.
But it's not Starship Troopers related as far as I know. But there will be more about it on the website shortly.
Oh,
Sweet,
great.
So check
On
out Fear Forever.
Yes.
Huge.
Speaking of which,
Huge.
you can find Fear Forever on Facebook. You can find it at Fear Forever on Twitter and Insta. The website is fearforever.com.
Yes.
You can also find Amy on Twitter and Insta at Amy Seidman. She tweets and Insta's amazing stuff. And check it out because you're awesome.
You're great.
Oh, you guys are awesome
Yay.
too.
Yeah. Happy you're here.
So
And now
happy to
it's
have
done.
you. And now it's
Yeah.
done. Next week, we're going to have Toronto councillor Kristen Wong-Tam. So
What?
we're super excited about that.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Talk about Toronto, talk
Yeah.
about politics, talk
Yeah.
about all her activism, and we're really excited. So we hope that you will join us again.
That's amazing.
Let
Yeah.
people know about the show. If you like it, drop us a review or a rating. Thank you so much for being with us and for all your comments and questions. It was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And,
Yeah.
Hype to you guys.
Hype to
Thank
you.
you.
And we're gonna see you next week. We're gonna close the show out as we usually do with an open source Muppety style tune.
Get your Muppets ready.
Right? I feel like it also can be
Yeah,
like
it's a good bass one.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.